Hello everyone, this is Plankera, and welcome to my universe. Today, I'm going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. Yesterday, I was messing around with the right turn, and I think it's looking pretty good now. So, now I guess it's time to start going into some of these lower ones. I also worked on up and down a little bit more, so yeah, I'll go and do the lower corners. But before I do that, I was taking another look at her face. And I am going to touch some things here. I realized that I think I need her nose to come just a tad further this way. Just a little. Something about her face had just been feeling off to me, and I've been having a hard time pinpointing what the problem is. And I do think that this might be it. So, let's take a look and see if that helped any. I think so, actually. Hooray. Oh, it'll be nice when I finally get that right, and I can just stop being bothered by... I can tell something is just a little bit off, but I don't know what it is. It's a terrible feeling. Very satisfying once you find the issue, though. So, now I just need to move the head shadows around a little bit, so this way they line up with the new nose location. And then I'll do the same for the other side. So after all, I do want the head to be mostly symmetrical, and if I'm going to be getting into the corners again, then... that means I will have to move the nose around with it. And if I'm being honest, I'm not completely happy with the shape of this nose on this side. The other side I think looks okay, but this side, there's something a little wonky about it. And I'd like to try to figure out what that is. So on the original, it's just this nostril is shaded. And so when it's over here, I just kind of have it hidden. I might even adjust the nose shadow on this side when the time comes. But I do like this side better. So I guess I was having a hard time getting it to cover the nostril in the same way. Okay. Just talking myself through this so that this way I can hopefully get a good idea of how I want to edit things. So let's do it. Let's just go in and try some things and see what happens. Hello there, Yeji Kitty. How is school going for you? We're taking a little break from hair to go give some more attention to her nose. Kind of felt like it needed it. I did not. I've been feeling great. This is just what my voice sounds like. So I'm trying to think of how this nose should look. Always found these things a little bit difficult here, but it's like a little triangle. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Oh, is my microphone volume off? Let me see. It's kind of hard for me to do a sound test here. Okay, this is gonna sound a bit weird. But I'm gonna listen to myself real quick just to make sure that I sound okay. Let me just check it here. Okay, testing. Testing. No, I think it sounds okay. I will double check after stream, but my volume does seem to be okay. but in general, I do have a naturally lower-pitched voice, so that might also be what you're hearing. This is indeed just what I sound like. Okay, so let's get this nose looking a little bit more triangular here. I don't think that really helped. It might take a couple of tries for me to get something that I like here. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to try to make this line right through here a little bit straighter. See if that kind of gets the effect that I want. Admittedly, the nose on the right side hasn't been something I've been super happy with. I've just had no idea how to fix it. So I've been kind of putting that off. I'm actually going to try something here too. Okay, so that's why I had it like that. Fair enough, okay. I do think I can get away with no Y movement, but the X movement I actually think is okay. I'm gonna go push this over here. Oh, I see. That would also do it. But yes, I did double check on my end and everything seemed fine, so I'm glad that everything was indeed fine. Okay, I need to remember how my layers on the nose work. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I just noticed that there was this little shadow over this nostril and I forgot what layer it was on. But it is indeed just on the nose layers. That's what happens when you have like 300 layers in a file. You forget which layer does what. Okay, yeah, I think that's doing a little bit better. Let's see how it is in motion. That still might be the best I can do. But I think it at least kind of matches with the style of the original, so I think that should be okay. Yeah, I think I still want to adjust the top just a little bit here. Not quite straight enough, but I think the idea is correct. So let's just bring these shadows a little bit further this way. Just a little bit further to the right. Okay, yeah. That's pretty good. Is it? Little blob right near the tip of her nose. Let's see if I can fix that. I think some of it might be head shadows I'll need to adjust. So let's hide those for a second. Oh yeah, it is entirely head shadows I need to adjust. Okay. Okay. Let's go in and make sure that this is the way I want it to be without the head shadows interference. Not quite. But it's okay. Seeing it like this, I kind of forgot that the head shadows had such an impact on the nose. That's one area that maybe I didn't separate very well. Good to keep in mind for the future. But at the very least, for now, I can just turn off that layer and get everything else looking the way that I want it to. And then I can turn it back on and fix things up from there. On the original, there's this little spot on the nose that goes just a little bit kind of outward here to make the tip of her nose look a little bit rounder. So I also want to get that effect in. Yeah, and I can see something like that with the tip here. I'm going to go ahead and consult the mesh. See what I can see, because something not moving quite right here. Ah, the little diamond on her nose is actually quite tiny. And I'm making it quite big. That's probably part of the issue. Still just a little guy right there. Okay, and then this vertex actually goes on top of the nostril. So I probably also want this one to be on top of the nostril. There we go. Much better. Yeah, and I think that I got rid of the spot that I didn't like. Don't like the current shape that I have going on there with that fixed though, so we'll need to pull a few shenanigans to get that right. May not need to pull shenanigans. But I do need to move some stuff around. Okay. Yeah, let's just get the rest of this all nice and smooth now. But I think I have everything in a good spot. Then I just kind of need to... Wait, that little thing is still there. I thought I got him. I guess when I'm zoomed in, I don't see it quite as clearly. This is why you zoom out to check things. Sometimes you need that perspective. Okay. Let's try to fix that. Okay, that's passable. Still kind of feel like the very top part of that shadow should be going a little bit further to the right. So like right over here. I'm just gonna bring it all the way over. Yeah, and it keeps a nice little light in the ball of her nose. Okay, I'll think about that for a second. Not quite it. You know, it's a good thing I fixed my scroll wheel, because otherwise I'd be having issues. Sometimes it still acts up on me. Or it seems to think that when I'm scrolling down that it thinks I'm scrolling up and stuff like that. But it hasn't happened as much, so I think I got whatever was stuck in there and making it confused all loosened up. Okay, that looks okay. If the motion is good, then I think I will call that good. Yeah, I think the motion's good. So let's go check on the left turn too before I turn the head shadows back on. So first things first, I want to get how far I moved the nose over. 46. So we'll do a 46 over here too. Perfect. Then the nostrils. So this one, 0, 1.5. And this should be a positive 1.5. Okay. Oh wait, no. That's the small nostril. Okay. So 0, 1.5, so that's here. Okay. The other one now. 1 and 0. Okay, there we go. So now they should be all symmetrical and stuff. And now I just need to fix the shadow to actually fit where I moved the nostrils. Let's go. I think I'm making her nose look a little bulbous here, but let me see how this is moving so far. That's the right idea. Let's just make it look a little bit prettier. It definitely looks like a nose, but I don't think it looks like her nose. So I want to make the areas around the nostrils a bit pointier, because in the original her nostrils were quite pointy in that area. Yeah. And then there's this little bit at the bottom that I think needs to go, yeah, a little bit further to the left. So the shadow down here is a little bit too prominent. Doesn't quite match up with the original. So I'll just go ahead and slide it on over. Okay, I think I still need to, like, push the entire nose here just a little bit more to the right. Entire thing. There we go. Get that nostril on there. How do I make it look over here? Oh, there's no shadow over there, so moot point, I suppose. But I can take a look at the original and try to make it a little bit more like that. You know, when I started rigging today, I was not expecting today to just be all about noses. Every day is so surprising. I feel like I've been saying that nearly every day this week. But everything is just so surprising. Art can really keep you on your toes. Yeah, definitely gonna have to mold that around a bit more. But I still want to kind of take a look at how I'm doing so far. Okay. That and maybe part of me just really likes seeing her head go back and forth. Seeing the character move is just a good time. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. I'm definitely getting somewhere. So I remember that this vertex actually went on the nostril. So adjusting that could fix some of my issues. And then, when I look here, if you look at the angle of the nose, it goes straight down here, and then turns this way, and goes back this way. So I think the part that I need is where it goes up here, and that'll make the nose look a little bit less weird. Like, noses that are shaped like that exist, but it doesn't look like Shalom's nose. That's the main thing. It's not really about an ugly versus pretty nose, it's about getting something that looks like her nose, and actually looks like how it's supposed to in the other angles. It just looks strange when the noses don't match. It's very weird. A little unsettling. Okay, that's not bad. I think it looks kind of like her nose. Maybe just the top here needs to be a little bit straighter. So something like that. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks okay. Let me compare it here. The nostril up at the top is a little bit larger. So let me make this just a little bit more triangular, and then I think it'll be perfect. Just gotta pay attention to all these little shapes in the face. And then I think I want the outer bit of the nostril to be just a touch pointier too. Make it super triangular. That might be why it was coming across as a little bulbous to me, because on the original the angles are very sharp, but here I was making them a little bit rounder. Okay. Once again, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I think things are looking much better with every pull of the vertex that I do. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Very nose-like. I think the inner part might be a little bit too shapely as well, a little bit too round. So let's make it super pointy. I just get everything super pointy here. It's like I talk about in the hair how I want everything to be nice and round. It's true. I want everything in the hair to be nice and round because the original is nice and round. Not the case here. Gotta adapt. Always gotta adapt. Okay, I think I still want to push this light part a little bit further to the right. So we're gonna make or to the left. So we're gonna make the shadow a little bit smaller still. And everything will be super pointy, of course. Surprisingly hard to make this other part of the nose look a little bit pointier. It's probably because even in the original, it's not especially pointy. It's a very gentle roundness. But that gentle roundness just doesn't look quite right at this angle. So I want to try to make it look a little bit pointier. Okay, I think that's alright. So now I want to carry some of that down into my lower turns. This actually doesn't look too bad, other than it just being in the wrong spot. Need to... Oh, do I not? Okay, I do. Here we are. Actually, before I do that, let me check the other turns. The up and down turn. Just to make sure I'm satisfied with how the nose moves here. Oh yeah, and I had to do the head shadows still. I almost forgot about them. It's like there are some head shadows on here just by default, so... due to the shadows that I have in the eyes and all that stuff, that I just completely forgot about them. But yes, I do think I will make a couple of adjustments to the nose here. I don't think this side looks too bad, though. Kind of want everything to be looking a little bit more like how it is up here. So it is not quite pointy enough on the sides here, so I'm gonna go make it a little bit pointier. Alright, let me make sure those nostrils aren't moving weird. Okay, that should be fine. Let's test it. I think this looks a little bit better than what I had before. Okay. I do think it looks better, but I do think that I need to make the nostril shape a little bit more defined here. Because the nostril's not going to start until, like, all the way down there. Yeah, there we go. I might be overdoing it, but let's see what it looks like. If anything, I need it to start a little bit lower. Okay, I'm gonna lower this down a bit and go from there. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where exactly to kind of put the rounder part of her nose here. You know, where it kind of curves around like that. Oh, this is really close, but it's not quite there. Okay, but I think I just identified why. Much like I had to lower the nostril for this side, I think I also have to do it for the kind of round part of her nose. I was gonna say, I have no idea why it wasn't working. But here we go, I think I found it. I'll be very happy if this is the case, because it's easy to fix. All I gotta do is push some of these vertices down and all will be well. Assuming that I am correct here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's try to make things a little bit pointier right through there. Trying to imagine what such a subtle nose will look like at so many different angles is actually pretty hard for me. My spatial abilities and ability to think in 3D space are not actually as good as I want them to be. I've been practicing. And honestly, I do think rigging has been helping. That's kind of the nice thing about doing a bunch of different things, is that as you get better in one thing, you get better in a lot of other things, because the knowledge can be shared, if you think about it. With some places it's harder than others, but I do think that a lot of knowledge transfers better than people give it credit for. Like, I actually even think that writing has helped my art to an extent, because, especially with character design. So when I write characters, I think very carefully about how they move, for example. That tends to be the big thing that lets me get into character. And that kind of movement can transfer into how I design the character. Because I can design clothes and that kind of thing that accentuates how they move. I remember I was designing a character for my husband, and I remember reading her dialogue. This was a character that he was writing. And when I read her dialogue, all I could think was, this is a person that 100% flips her hair. So I had to make her hair very flippable. And indeed it was. She had very, very flippable hair. So I do think that even those skills transfer, so if there ever comes a time where you're not quite sure what to do with yourself, you're probably thinking too hard. Just try things. Even if it's something that you decide you don't like later, that's fine. You can use the knowledge that you gained in every aspect of your life. Because as long as you're doing something, the brain is learning. That's just how brains are. That's what they do. Because a lot of the way that our brain figures stuff out is by making connections. That's basically just how all learning is. It's just making synaptical connections between various nodes in your brain. And so giving it more nodes to work with means more connections. Which will make learning anything in the future just a little bit easier. Yeah, once again, I just need to make the nostrils around here just a little bit pointier. They gotta be very pointy. Everything's gotta be very pointy here. And I actually want to check the nostrils. Are they supposed to be... One of them is bigger than the other. That doesn't seem right. So, I think this one's probably not supposed to be like that. Yeah, okay. That explains why I was seeing some weird things. Program trying to help me out again, but doesn't quite understand the kind of help I need. It's okay, program's doing its best. I've been thinking about how I would mesh this differently to make it a little bit easier to work with, and frankly, I still don't know. Some of these nice, soft areas like this, I'm still not quite sure how to mesh those nicely so that this way they play nicely with everything else. So I do think that this area is a little bit difficult to move around. Something that I will definitely have to keep in mind. But to click on it, not hide it. Okay. There we go, I got the shape that I was going for, like, exactly. So let's see if it looks good. Oh yeah, that looks great. Look at it, looks like we see the bottom of her nose now. Very nice. Okay, let's turn some head shadows back on. And line things up there. So now I know that on every turn, the nose itself is just how I want it to be. So if there's something wrong, it's something on this layer. Okay, let's see here. This one seems okay. Yeah, don't think there's anything I really need to change here. Well, to be fair, this also is the one that I edited first, so I think I must have fixed the head shadows right away there. Let's try over here. Yeah, see a little bit of shenaniganry right there. So let's go ahead and just get that on over. Get that on over to where it belongs. Not that far. I can see that there's this dark line right there, and I'm like, oh, that's supposed to go on the nose. That's supposed to be where the side of the nose that becomes dark, you know, where it transitions from light to dark. That's where that light is supposed to go. There we go, that's a little better. That's a little bit better. Okay, let me just straighten out the triangles a little bit there and try to cover things up exactly as I want to. Alright, there we go. Now for down. This one didn't change that much. So, don't have quite as much to push around. And I'm looking at some of these and like, man, are the angles on these triangles supposed to be that weird? It's another case of I clearly had no idea what I was doing when I tried to mesh this. And to be fair, I still don't know how I would mesh that even now. So it's one of those areas that might just be destined to be a mess forever. This one actually doesn't look too bad. Okie dokie. Oh. I say as I see something last minute. Happens a lot. It's okay. Hello there, Luminance. It's good to see you again. Right now, I'm just going through and kind of touching up the nose, because there were certain aspects of it that I was not happy with. How has your life been? Oh, nice. Glad to hear that things have calmed down. Oh, there's a whole bunch of little areas here that I somehow didn't miss the first time, or that I somehow missed the first time through. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just pull all of this on over. There's a lot of just subtle little shadows here that I'm moving around. Well, Luminance, have you gotten to do anything fun or interesting lately? Something exciting or unusual? Okay, how does this look in the original? Nothing in particular? Yeah, I imagine if you have some free time, that means things are a little bit more quiet lately. Yeah, for me, the weather's getting warm enough again where I live. It's been very cold that I'm able to take my kids to the park, and they've been very pleased with that. We went on Tuesday, and they had a great time. Got very, very muddy, because there's still snow. There's still snow on the ground. Yeah, it'll be nice to be able to get out more. I also haven't been going for walks or doing some other stuff just because it's been way too cold to do these things. I tried going for a walk a couple of times, but my legs rebelled, and it would just be too uncomfortable. And for once, my legs rebelled not because they were tired and I'm a little bit out of shape, but because it was too cold. Ah, yes. When you're just nice and warm under the blankets, it can be hard to get up. Especially when it's cold. Yes, I would imagine so. It's okay. Laying in bed can be comfy, but it's kind of boring at the same time. Can't really do a whole lot, just flopping around in bed. Just looking at the nose and the downward turn again, and I'm realizing that it's still kind of messy. So I think I still have some stuff to fix up there. Not quite lining up with the top, or not the top, but the neutral default quite as well as I thought it was at the beginning. And this time I don't think I can blame the head shadows. It's just not quite there. Okay, that part I was just staring at is definitely the head shadows. There's a lot of little subtle shading on her face here. Means a lot of little spots to pay attention to. Really does make her skin look nice, though. Okay, I think this will look pretty okay once I kind of diffuse the shadow on her nose a little bit. Right now it's... let's see. There's like more of a gradation up in the original, up in the top here. So I'm gonna pull those vertices apart and try to get that gradation back. Kind of the same with down in the middle, actually, where it transitions from light to dark. I guess I pushed the vertices a little bit too close together there, so let's pull them apart a little bit, give them a little bit more personal space there. And hopefully that will give me the effect that I want. Okay, I think this is good. So, I still haven't touched the corners like I was initially planning to. So, let's go touch some corners before I stop for today. I guess since I've been doing nose stuff, I might as well do some nose stuff. So let's see here. Let's look for all the nose related layers around here. Nose, nose, node, unset. Oh my. Nose, unset. Nostrils, unset. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the head shadows for a sec because everything is gonna look really weird. Just a little bit here. Okay. How does this work here? Why is it like that? Why is this suddenly off-center? Okay, I need to check everything here just to make sure things didn't get set when they shouldn't have. But no, everything seems good there. Everything good here. Everything seems good. Okay. Not sure what happened. Not sure what happened at all. Okay. But I can totally work with this. So let's see here. Okay, so first thing first, fix that nostril, and now it's time to shape the nose again. I kind of wanted to get a good spot based on what I did on the left and the bottom there. And, I mean, it doesn't look great yet, but it'll get there. So let's take a look at the nose node here. 24 and 46. So this should be about right. Just due to the angle of her head, I think I want to slide this just a little bit to the side here. Maybe something like that. It's gonna look a bit strange until I fix her nose. But I think this will allow me to make it look like it's... How do I say? Like it's moving over just a little bit because her chin is getting a little bit closer to her neck. That's the theory, at least. So here, I think I'm actually going to focus on checking along the diagonal the most. But first, I kind of need to shape this nose. But I've been doing that all day, so I know exactly what to do now. Just get that outer nostril nice and pointy. And the top nice and straight. And all will be well, in theory. Unfortunately, the vertices are really close together, so I kind of have to click off of them to be able to see what I'm doing. So I kind of make a few guesses, and then I check it. I want the outer edge of the nostril to be nice and low, since this is a downward turn. I kind of want it to match up with what I have going over here. This looks like I want things just a touch higher. Just a touch. Nothing too drastic. It's not quite there yet. But it's getting there. Let's go ahead and make this just a little bit smaller here. Then I want to check it up against the left. I definitely want this to be pointier, but I want to make sure that I have my dimensions right before I start pointing it. Yeah, I think I want it to be inward just a little bit more here. Oh, that's actually already starting to look pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I think this should be good. So let's get that nice and pointy now. Make it just a nice little triangular nose. Okay, I think that looks alright. The outside at least. Let me make sure it still lines up here. Yeah, just fine. I think that looks like a nose turning. Maybe just a touch more like that. Angle it up just a tad more. I don't know, it still kind of looks like it's going down to me. Let me push it just a little bit higher. Angle this one up just a little bit. Angle this up just a little bit. Push that up just a little bit. And I'll repeat that process until it looks right to me. Okay, yeah, that seems okay. Cool. Alright. And now let's get the kind of inner part of our nose here, where it transitions from light to dark. I think it mostly looks fine. It's just got a couple of little spots that look a little crunchy. So I'll get those first, and I'm gonna need to zoom out to make sure that looks okay, because I found that it actually looks pretty different when you're zoomed in. Oh no. Let's see, are you seeing something weird? I've been getting an error that I haven't been able to resolve. Because I've been experimenting with multi-stream tools, so this way I can multi-stream onto Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing some experiments with multi-stream tools so that this way I can multi-stream onto Twitch, but I keep getting this one particular error that I can't resolve, and I haven't been able to figure out how, so I've just been doing my best. So do let me know if you see anything strange, always. And I will try to fix it. What happened exactly? Oh my. Well, I kind of wish I could do something like that. That'd be pretty sweet. Just imagine what you could do. Man, that just got me thinking about what I could do if I could manipulate time. I guess it would depend on the kind of time manipulate. Yeah, can't talk today. The kind of time manipulation powers I got. Because there's lots of different things that you could do. Personally, I do enjoy me a good time loop in a video game. Man, once again, this just does not look like her nose. Like, I think it lines up with everything that I did, but it just does not look like Shalom's nose. So I'm slightly internally screaming. Oh my. Okay. Gotta poke at it just a little longer here, but then I might go do something else for a little while. Until I feel like stopping for today. I was kind of hoping to have my nose changes finished on the corner too, but oh man. It's being a thing. Like, it's a perfectly fine nose. It looks like a nose. It just doesn't look like hers. It doesn't look right at all. I'm like, oh no. I have a general idea of what the issue is. It's just hard to fix. Because art is hard. Art will always be hard, yeah. I think I'll revisit the nose a little bit later. Let's go look at some hair. Because I remembered that there were some things over here on both the left and the right that I wanted to start adjusting here. Although, man, it actually doesn't look too bad. Let's see here. Okay. Just because I did change a bunch of things. Changed a bunch of things on the left side here. So now I kind of want to propagate them down to the lower left. Changed a bunch of things on the right side too. So I'll need to visit that as well. But in my quest for the optimal levels of floof in her hair, I adjusted this little side bang quite a lot. And given that she is now looking down, I get the feeling I'm going to need to make it floof out even more. Alright, I just saw your message on Twitter. And indeed, that is pretty funny. Honestly, every time that I open the stream stuff here, when I see my... it gives me a rundown of number of, like, concurrent viewers and stuff, and for whatever reason, it shows me, when I first open it up, the timeline from 23 hours ago, so I'm not actually surprised. And it, so I'm not surprised that it seems to think that I'm streaming in the past. Yep. Yep. It's like, it's fine. It would be a perfectly fine nose for someone else. It just doesn't look like her nose. It also seems like I might be having some stream lag here. But I'm not trying to fix that. Yeah, OBS says I'm fine. Alright, I might just have to stop soon. I feel like my eyes are not working properly. I am struggling to do a thing. Alright. Well, have a nice night. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have fun with your game. But it's okay, you have good timing. I don't think I'm gonna be here for much longer. My eyes are tiring out from all the nose shenanigans. Alright, let's do a couple more big picture things and then I think I will stop there for today. I just see that I need to move things out here much further. And is that about it? How does everything else look? Gonna need to do some work on the strand from hell, I see, but it looks mostly minor, like, my goodness, I cannot talk today. It mostly looks like minor stuff. Just keep tripping all over my words. They just want to stay in my mouth forever. Gotta go hide. Okay. So let's see, is that all? Maybe not all, but it's most of it. So I think I'm going to call that good for today. And I'll go ahead and stop here. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I'll see you all tomorrow.